Hi guys, it's Kimberly and I'm back with the Twin Flame family. I want to talk today about how to love with your heart and less with your head, and I think this all correlates to 3D versus 5D vibration. And so as many of you know, if you've been following, I am in a twin flame union. So we came out of separation a little over a month ago, and it's been beautiful, but also a struggle. And I've talked in many of my previous videos about why. And what's coming up right now is a lot of my stuff in relation to this whole dynamic. And the things that are coming up are things that I thought were healed, that I thought I did a good job healing in the separation over the spring and summer. And to be honest, they're not completely healed because they're rearing their ugly heads again, these wounds. So I can tell by the way I'm reacting. So how do you know? Okay, I can tell by the way I'm reacting. I can tell because I'm like, why does everyone do this to me? As soon as you say to yourself, why does every guy or every girl do this to me? Like, it's like this big flashing, like, alert, alert, hello, this isn't everyone else, it's you. So I know to look to myself for those answers, because when I feel like I'm in the same situation again that I've been in with others. And so I need to go back in and go, okay, why is this coming up right now, especially during an eclipse? A lot of illumination right now for everybody. And I had picked my Doreen Virtue Ascended Masters card today, and the card that came up was St. Francis, which is, sorry, it's backwards on the screen, but it's follow your heart. And I thought that was pretty good. That message came through, of course it did, because a lot of what I have been doing is inadvertently like sabotaging the relationship because I'm so in my head with all of this. If I just listen to my heart just wants to love my twin. And I have to admit that being in the 3D relationship, I've been doing a pretty crappy job at staying in the 5D. And this is calling me to get back into my power center, go back in and start really re-examining some of these wounds and trying to heal them. And it does help listening to him mirror back to me how I'm acting and what I'm doing, because some of it, you find the pieces that you agree with or that resonate with you also in that. And sometimes he makes me so angry, I just want to go, ah! And then other times I'm like, you know what? There's really truth in what he's saying when he is, really seeing this stuff come through in me. So pay attention to what's being mirrored for you. And, in terms of what's in your heart, I have a friend who, as I was getting older, segueing out of my 20s and starting to mature a bit in relationships in my 30s. And I have a girlfriend who would always say to me, in your 20s, you love with your heart. In your 30s and 40s, you have to love with your head. But I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you love and you just love. And there are dynamics in relationships that we have to process intellectually. And if you're like me, I like to analyze everything and understand it, because it's through the understanding that I can see where the other person is coming from. And my twin is much more like, act in line with your heart, like be in line with your heart. Although he doesn't always do that, but I think that's the mantra that he lives by. And for me, it's like, okay, wait, my heart feels this way, but my head's telling me this, and this is a red flag, and I've seen this in the past, and is this my stuff? Oh, look at my kitten, Stella. Is this my stuff, or is this his stuff? And I think that's where the conundrum is, it's like, is it his stuff, or is it my stuff? And, probably it's a mix of both. And so it's like, hello, this is all coming up to be healed for both of us. So the question is, right now we've been, we took some space over the past week, and we are at an impasse right now. So it will be interesting to see whether we will end up running and separating, which we haven't done yet, although we have wanted to, or whether we will push through that and go back into the heart center and be able to work through some of the, their relationship issues. They're not just twin flame issues, they're relationship issues. But I think that having the twin flame awareness, and having done all of this self-healing work and ascension work, enlightenment work, however you want to think of it, that these are tools that now can help me and him in the process of, actually working through the actual issues from the 3D relationship. So call on your tools, go into your heart center and find out what the message is there before you go too deep into your head. A lot of the heady stuff for me is very 3D stuff. It's analyzing what just happened and what just transpired and what's happened before in the 3D plane of reality. And it's not that beautiful soul stuff that you experience in separation, because you're just like loving the person and you're not having to like play out a 3D dynamic where everything is being mirrored. Because I'll tell you, everything is being mirrored again. And when the threat of separation comes in, which, it has creeped in several times on both of our ends, but like I had said in the past video, instead of, slamming the door, we might walk out the door, but then come back, then walk back in. Or we might hang up the phone, but then call the other person back. And so it's like really like this, I'm going to face you. I'm not going to just slam the door again, because that did happen our first go around. I'm going to face you, which actually means I'm going to face myself, right? That's all that it is. We slam the doors out of defense because we don't want to look in our own mirror reflection. And even though sometimes it feels like, oh, this is totally the other person, and I know it's the other person because I've experienced this before with other guys or people or women like him or her. You guys, that is, like I said earlier in this video, that is the number one sign that it is you. It's you. It's a reflection of a pattern that's coming up for you to be healed. So, I guess my message for today is, connect with your 5D self, go back into your heart center, get rid of some of those 3D thoughts, the analyzing, the going through the here and now, go back up into a higher place so that you can connect with your twin when there's communication, when you guys come back into union, so that you can connect with your twin from that place and hold that vibration steady and not go in and out of it. And in terms of mirrors, just be aware. Just be aware of your healing work. So I'll leave it short for today, and I will come back and give you guys an update on my relationship soon, because I think in sharing even the general details or the more specific details, it can help, no matter what phase you're at. And I think a lot of what I speak to right now is like looking back at the separation and going, wow, I really came so far, but wow, I didn't completely heal. Or, hey, you guys, use the tools that you learned there now when you're in union. Those are such important things. Such important things. You are in separation. If you're really doing your work, your growth work, you're gathering tools. And those tools can be called upon so that you don't end up again in another separation, once you come into union. And it is a little, I'm not even going to say a little bit, it's a lot of work still. Um, Especially when there's still purging that needs to happen and remnants of, wounds that still need healing. So, keep sharpening your skills and your tools for how to work through that, how to do the 5D work, because it is the only thing that will keep the twins, together and aligned, is if they can both get to that space, right? Where there is this healing and this 5D vibration. And because if one goes up 5D and the other is still down here, there's going to be a split. If there is, it is vibrational. So just remember that. And I will talk to you guys soon. Be sure to like our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/the Twin Flame Family. I will see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.